YouTube is playing with us tonight, you guys. I literally made a title, "There's nothing to wait for," and now YouTube is making you wait. I love it. If you don't know, I just tried to go live and it completely froze. So I'm gonna start this live just like how I started the other one. I'm going to make you guys wait for a second because I said I'm gonna make you wait since you're making me wait for you to decide to be the real you. Okay. So we're going at this a second time. I do have a few things I'm going to talk about tonight. Hi, it's been a minute. So, first thing I want to say, I'm really proud of a lot of you. I'm going to give out A's in class today because there are a lot of you that are applying the things that are on my channel and you're having a lot of success. So I don't post nearly as many success stories as I get in the community tab. And I know there's a lot of people that also haven't sent me success stories, but I'm really, really proud of a lot of you. Okay. I'm going to start this video off with some basic advice, and then we're going to get into the stuff that, is going to really transform your approach. But again, there's nothing to wait for. Okay. So I want to know when you're going to decide to be the real you. We're going to start there. This is the basic advice. We're going to have a real conversation. Okay. And I do have notes for tonight's live stream. Just a few topics that I want to go over. I want to know when you're going to be the real you and stop letting people dictate your life and who you are in this lifetime. Okay. Because the reality of the situation is you can be, do, and have anything, right? And your career, your business, your romantic life, your social life, your bank account, all these things are your responsibility. Okay. But first and foremost, I really view life to be so precious, right? And I think a lot of people are scared to actually be themselves because of the people that are around them. So I'm going to be that person here, although I know I'm just somebody online. Okay. You don't really know me. Some of you are very familiar with me. Hi, my baddies. Okay. But even if there are people around you that don't fully support who you want to be in this lifetime, I'm here to tell you to stop giving a fuck about their opinions. Okay. This is your one life. And, you are the person that is solely responsible for your decisions and what you do with your life. And even though making your own decisions and deciding who you are going to be in this lifetime may be a little bit scary because it is not what other people around you fully support, at the end of the day, you're the one that is stuck with that decision. So first and foremost, there's nothing to wait for in terms of deciding to be the real you. Okay. And it may be controversial. We can build a whole belief system where people are supportive of that. We're going to get into that in a second. But when you are operating in a stance that is inauthentic to your true self, and then you're making life-changing decisions, those people that are around you that are influencing those decisions aren't going to be there at the end of the day, at the end of your life or whatever it is you do with your life, right? To feel the ramifications of those decisions. So first and foremost, please stop waiting to be your true self, okay? Make decisions for yourself. Stop giving a fuck what people think and live life for you. Now, let's get into that's the basic advice, okay? That's the basic advice. Let's get into the bread and butter. I'm not going to say anything new under the sun on my channel, you guys. And I've announced a lot of news, if you follow me on Twitter, about changes that are going on in my life. I'm going to be moving to Asia and Europe for a year with my partner. And creating a lot of brand new content for you guys. I'm really excited for that. It's going to be tons of fun. And I'm going to be able to invest more time into, again, more, I think, original content creation is what I'm really striving for, like creating meditations and mindset work that has cinematic qualities. That's not just stock footage. So I'm really excited to create that for you guys. But aside from that, okay, I've done some other things with my coaching business. I'm going to discuss that at the end of the video. There's a lot of exciting changes going on in my life, and I'm excited to bring you all along. I'm not going anywhere. There's been people asking me, like, are you going to stop making mindset work? No, that's like asking me if I'm going to stop being me. Like, you guys, this is just me. Like, I am like, I love mindset. I love talking about how you identify. I love seeing people overcome challenges in their life. Like, I have had to do this for myself. Okay. Anything that I talk about on my channel is like real life shit. Like, people are out here struggling. Okay. And if I have been able to apply something that works for me, and then other people are learning from me and applying it in their life and they're getting results too, I'm going to keep talking about it. So I'm not going anywhere, you guys. Okay. Just because there's changes going on in my life. In fact, if anything, I've freed up more time to create more content for you guys. Okay. Stuff that you can use. I know there are people waiting for the UR meditations for like the attracted to men, attracted to women, the millionaire mindset. So you guys are going to be getting all of that stuff. Okay. One second. Hello? Okay. So, all right. So what do I really want to talk about here? That was Adam, you guys. Sweetie. Hello? Do you want to say hi? Hello? Yes. Hello? Yes. Yeah. You want to say hi? Yeah, I'm not frozen. I know I'm not frozen. You want to say hi? Yeah. Oh, okay. All right. Go ahead and say hi, sweetie.
Hi, my name is Adam Amar.
Don't.
And I'm from the Bronx.
No, you are not. Okay, love you. Bye. Anyways, okay, let's talk about what I want to talk about now. Okay, we're 6 minutes into this video. Jesus. So you are not waiting to be picked, loved, or honored, you guys. So why am I saying this? There's a few reasons why I'm saying this. Okay, I want to make this really, really clear. And I think I've made this clear on my channel quite a few times. But the whole premise to creating a change within your life is to be the change, right? The identity that you are assuming is completely independent of the circumstances that are going on around you. And at least in my approach, I really value quality of life. I value creating a routine and a way of organizing yourself that feels good, that you can sustain. So, in my approach, I don't really like affirming all day long. I really like just throwing on a belief track at nighttime that addresses the beliefs that I'm struggling with in myself and a certain area of my life, and then doing things throughout the day to create new routines in terms of stabilizing my nervous system and how I'm using my time and really aligning to a new version of me. Okay. So if you're actually taking that approach, you should not be obsessing over a particular outcome or result. And this is actually something that I really stressed in the Mindset Mastery workshop that I did this past month. Okay. There's nothing to wait for. Like, you shouldn't be sitting here waiting for somebody to show up and love you. You shouldn't be sitting here waiting for text messages. Like, you guys, I put out a hilarious like morning meditation like a month ago for a good morning text message. And I said in that meditation, like, good morning, get up, stop waiting for a text message. Okay. Like, stop doing that to yourself. Okay. One thing that I want to make really clear, and I'm going to say this very compassionately. Okay. I know I started this video off very serious and the sense of like, when are you going to be the authentic you? Okay. But obviously I talk about relationships on my channel. So I'm going to bring this into the scope of relationships. Okay. You can fix a relationship or you can manifest a brand new relationship. Okay. At the end of the day, what it takes to do that is to really shift and make a lifestyle change in who you're identifying as, which means how you're waking up each day, how you're organizing yourself, what your internal dialogue is, like the narratives that you're perpetuating in your life, the beliefs that you hold about yourself in a certain area of your life. Now, if you want to fix a relationship with somebody, you want to go into it, okay, with you're not trying to bring the past into the present or the future. Okay. So here's the first thing that I want to say in terms of fixing a relationship with somebody. You are making the choice to fix this relationship. You are making the choice to not move forward. The reality of the situation is there's 8 billion people here. Okay. There's no shortage in supply of men or women. Okay. And you're making the choice to fix a relationship with somebody. Now, if you want to do that, you need to have a very serious conversation with yourself in terms of, am I willing to forgive this person and release the things that occurred with us previously? And am I willing to organize myself in a fashion to really learn from the things that unfolded and show up as a brand new person that can create this relationship, but also isn't low key, like holding on to resentments, angers, pain, and hurt from the past. Okay. You really need to have an honest conversation with yourself about that. And if you're not willing to do those things right now, you can build up a belief system to be in that space. Okay. Meaning, I'm able to forgive people. I'm able to move forward in a relationship. I'm able to overcome challenges in a relationship. I'm able to exercise and extend compassion and love to the people in my life when they make mistakes. I make mistakes and I want to be forgiven for mistakes, right? So whenever I make mistakes, I'm forgiven. And when other people make mistakes, I forgive them as well too. You can build up a whole belief system around that. Okay. But at the end of the day, you're the one deciding to fix this relationship. So I'm going to come at you right now here in terms of there's nothing to wait for. Okay. Stop checking, stop obsessing over a person, and stop holding on to all the things that had occurred previously. Okay. You really need to take a step back and look at what actually unfolded here. Okay. So if you don't want to move forward, you don't want to, be with somebody else, you don't have to. You can fix a relationship, but you really want to be honest with the approach that you're taking. Okay. Meaning, turn this into a growth process. What am I learning from this previous dynamic that now I'm going to be a better person? I'm going to look at the beliefs that I hold about myself, my worth, my value, communication, relationships, and love in general, beliefs that I hold about men or women in general. Okay. And I'm going to grow from the situation. And what happens as you grow from the situation is you naturally release the identification with the previous set of circumstances. So that's the first thing. Okay. But the second thing is you stop waiting. Okay. And this is one thing that I want to make just so clear over and over again, because you can design your day in any way that you want. And what I will see some people do, and not a lot of people do this because they are listening to the message that's on my channel, but this is for the select few people that are struggling with this, is they're waking up each day and they're looking out into their reality and they're reacting to it. Okay. This person said this, or they did this, or this is what happened in the past, or they're showing up this way. And how am I going to overcome this? Your identity is independent of circumstances. So, for instance, if you want to fix a relationship with somebody and they're playing hard to get, okay, or whatever it may be, the previous dynamic that you guys had is popping up. If you really hold a belief like, I'm able to fix a relationship, okay, then and you're invested in the long-term result of fixing this relationship, then cognitively, you're going to recognize in this moment, these things that are popping up are previous issues or old dynamics or irrelevant, because as I stay anchored into this identity of knowing I'm able to fix a relationship, I'm not going to be reacting to this. I'm not going to view this as a problem. I'm not going to view this as something that's in the way. And I'm going to be able to handle this in a very mature way and hold this knowing of the direction that this relationship is going to go in. Okay. So if you feel like you're waiting, and what does that really mean? You're being the change. Okay. This should be a growth process. But at no point should you be waking up each day, dwelling in the same thoughts, focusing on the same things, thinking, looking out into your reality and remaining reactive to it, and then wondering why things aren't changing. This should be expansive and growth based, right? Really taking a critical look at yourself and analyzing, did I really know my worth and value? Why did I accept these things into my life? And that's another thing. Okay, I'm going to just talk about this for a second. You don't have to focus on anything you don't want to focus on. You can say no. If you don't like something, don't do it, you guys. Stop giving a fuck. Okay, so if somebody's showing up in a way that you don't like, yes, you can be anchored into that belief. I'm able to fix a relationship. But what other people are doing too, what I'll see is that then they go and gossip, right? You're telling your friends, you're telling your family, you're telling everybody around you, oh my God, they did this. Okay. Stop feeding into all these narratives. Decide what it is that you want, make that mature decision and stick to it. And when you see things that you don't like, realize you don't have to interact with it. You don't have to put up with it. You don't have to accept it. You can say no. You can respond to it in any way that you want, as long as, in my opinion, you're not emotionally reacting to it or trying to manipulate somebody or trying to I feel like sometimes people think like relationships like Pokemon, right? Like you're trying to catch somebody. No, you don't need to try and catch somebody. Okay. I'm not playing Pokemon, you guys. So anyways, that's beside the point. I'm just making a little joke there. Okay. what I'm really trying to say, the point that I'm trying to get at is when I say there's nothing to wait for, you're going to be the change. You're going to go through a growth process. You're going to decide who you are and how people, places, and things are going to show up for you in your belief system in general. And when you see things that you don't like or there's challenges that are popping up, you have the choice as to whether or not you're going to accept it, respond to it, allow it to bother you. Stop letting shit bother you, is what I'm saying. Stop getting wrapped up in it. Stop letting challenges intimidate you. This is your life. You need to decide who you are and how people are going to show up for you. And if you're really doing that, then there's nothing to wait for. This should be in a general sense, no matter what, right? So we're working on beliefs about ourselves, beliefs about different areas of our life. Now, I was talking about fixing a relationship, but this also applies if you don't have a particular person in mind. You definitely, okay, and you guys, I see this online all the time, okay? And it's not my job to drag people for what they're saying or what they're teaching. Everybody has their own lane. It is what it is. I'm not here to police the internet. But how the fuck are you going to, and yes, I'm going to say it that way, how are you going to be able to create the relationship that you desire if you genuinely hold beliefs like men don't commit, women don't commit, a relationship's really difficult, I'm never chosen, I'm always friend zoned, right? Really what you're saying is, I don't know my worth and my value, right? If I really know my worth and my value in that sense, if somebody tries to friend zone me, I'm not going to be upset about it. I'm not going to view it as a problem. I'm not going to be like, oh my gosh, this is always happening to me. Like, okay, you want to be friends? It's going to change. I don't really give a fuck. I'm not trying to catch you. I'm not trying to corner you into a relationship. Relationship's a normal, consistent thing for me. Men commit to me or women commit to me. This isn't a problem for me. I'm not getting triggered by this. I'm not viewing this as a threat. Okay. I'm going to be able to persist forward, holding this, knowing that I'm able to create this relationship. So whether you're fixing a dynamic with somebody specific or creating the relationship that you desire with anybody, there's nobody to change but yourself. And which that means there's nothing to wait for. Because if I'm actually genuinely identified and anchored into these beliefs, I'm not going to be waiting. I'm going to realize, wow, there's tons of options here. Okay. Even in that example there, you want to friend zone me? Okay, cool. Cool boy, cool girl, whatever. There's tons of options here. I still want to be with you. I'm not going to view this as a problem, but I'm not going to sit here and get in my head over this and victimize myself and then perpetuate a narrative that relationships are really difficult and I always get friend zoned. I don't give a fuck. I don't care. How you show up has no effect on how I identify myself in this world and has no effect on whether or not I'm able to create the results I desire. And my confidence and self-identification and beliefs about myself is what is creating, and I know it's attractive. So that's where I want you guys to really get out of this space of you're waiting for something. You're going to be the change. Doesn't matter if there's challenges. Doesn't matter if you get no's. Doesn't matter if things seem like they're not going the way that you desire. You have a choice in this moment and each day with how you're going to choose to organize yourself. Are you going to sit here and dwell on how everything's not working for you? Are you going to be like, fuck that, and work on amazing beliefs for yourself and realize you don't have to feed into any of this? You can decide how things are going to show up for you and then decide to organize yourself in a fashion that feels good and move about your day and trust that it's going to unfold. Okay. And to sum that all up, okay, I really did this in the Mindset Mastery course. What does that really look like? Okay. When it comes to creating a change that you want in your life, you really need to look at the beliefs that you hold about yourself in different areas of your life, which, like I've been saying this throughout the video, you guys, there's nothing new under the sun. But your self image, your self concept, your beliefs about self, and your beliefs about specific areas of your life in general, okay, are what is creating. So if you want to create a new dynamic with somebody, one, you need to get very firm in your decision that you're doing this. Okay. Nobody's forcing you to fix a relationship. You're going into that. You know the previous dynamic that you have with this person. Can you change it? Yes, but you're going to need to be able to adopt a identity and belief system and grow from your previous dynamic and know that you're not going to bring it into this new dynamic with them. That's your choice. And you need to have a very serious conversation with yourself as to whether or not you're willing to do that. If you're not willing to do that, you also need to look at yourself and figure out what beliefs you hold about yourself and relationships or this area of your life as well, because we don't want to recreate previous dynamics with other people. Okay. And if you're really doing that, then you should be feeling good. But yes, you need to look at your beliefs. You need to look at your nervous system, because being triggered as fuck all the time really isn't enjoyable. And it's going to recreate previous patterns as well too. Okay. Which leads me into creating new routines. So if you're really taking what I'm saying on my channel and applying it, there are so many things that you can be doing. Okay. The last thing you're going to be doing is waking up each day dwelling in shitty, depressed thoughts, focusing on how life is happening to you, and then waiting for something to change. That's going to be the last thing that you do. Okay. And I even said on Twitter the other day, if you need to get off YouTube, if you need to get off Twitter, if you need to get off social platforms so that you can organize yourself in a new fashion, so that you can take on a new belief system and feel better within yourself, then that's what you need to do. Don't let the content or what people are saying around you kind of hold you back. It comes down to application. So instead of waking up feeling the same way and doing the same things, throw on a belief track, do something for your nervous system morning and nighttime, do a few little meditations during the day that address the core beliefs that you're struggling with, okay? And design a day that feels good to you. Get some exercise in, hang out with people that are enjoyable, or read a good book. Like, be the change. Stop waiting. Stop waiting for text messages. Stop waiting for somebody to look at your story. Stop waiting for somebody to love, honor, and respect you. That person has to be you. It has to be you consistently. This is a lifestyle change. You are taking on a new identity, which is why it's really important to integrate a routine that is sustainable and feels good to you, because that's going to be what helps you anchor into this new version of you, which is also great because if fucked up shit is happening in your life, then instead of focusing on it and getting upset about it, you can go to your routine for yourself that feels good for you, where you can maintain your own emotional stability, not emotionally react, and decide how things are going to unfold and trust that it's going to go in that direction. Okay. So again, these are all things that I've talked about on my channel. I don't want you guys obsessing over anything or waiting for anything. Like, you're not cornered into anything. You can be, do, and have anything. You can create anything that you want. There's literally no limit. No limit. So if you feel like you're limited or you're in a box or you can't create the life that you desire, I'm here to tell you that is a complete lie. It's complete bullshit, okay? And it really begins with you freeing yourself from the identification with the set of circumstances that are in front of you and making a commitment to consistently being that change and really kind of not giving a fuck and being shameless about it. Okay. Like, I see so many people online in a positive manner where I can really see that they've been through a lot of stuff and they have worked through their mindset and they don't give a fuck what anybody thinks. They really don't care. They are embodying a new identity, whether that be in business, whether that be in relationships, whether that be as a social media influencer. They don't allow the world to define them. They're deciding who they are in the world and allowing for the world to catch up to them. So stop waiting. There's nothing to wait for. If something is not making you happy, even if you want to fix a relationship with somebody, okay? If you don't like how they're showing up, stop giving a fuck, okay? It is not obsession that creates the result. You don't have to wait for anything. So if you don't like something, if you don't like how somebody is showing up, then stop entertaining them. Again, there's 8 billion people here. Can you fix the relationship? Yes, but you don't have to put yourself through hell to do that. Just know, okay, we're going to end up back together. If I don't like how you're showing up right now, sorry, you're not getting my attention. You can chase me. You can, show up consistently and show me that you have changed, which I'm knowing into being. But if you do anything that I don't like, boy, girl, I'm out. And respectfully, I'm not doing that in a hurtful way. I'm just not going to interact with this. There are so many ways to say no, you guys. So many ways to say no. You don't have to be petty. You don't have to be argumentative. You don't have to get ugly. Just remove your attention from it. You have a million things that you can do. So if you feel like you're waiting, you're making that choice. You are waking up each day doing the same things over and over again, waiting for the change to occur. You need to shamelessly be it, embody it, identify it as a new version of you, and stop giving a fuck about what anybody thinks about you and decide who you're going to be in this world and how different aspects of your life are going to show up for you. And be, I'm going to say this here. This might be controversial. I don't think it will be. If you need to let some shit go, let it go. Let it go. And know that it's going to come back to you. Okay? Like, don't put yourself through hell is essentially what I'm trying to say. Because it doesn't have to be that way. Your focus should dominantly be on you. You can be deliberate in your life and create very specific things for yourself, but don't put up with bullshit because you think you need to in order to get what you want. Fuck that. This is your life. Again, you can be, do, and have anything. And if you feel like you're waiting, you're putting yourself in that position. And if you don't like how people, places, and things are showing up, you have no obligation to continue to interact with it or allow it into your life. Be shameless with that. Like, now I'm going to rant a little bit. I'm very protective of my time. I'm very picky of my time. This is my one life. You're not going to corner me into something that I really, really don't want, that is not going to genuinely make me happy. And I don't care what anybody thinks about that. I don't care if people don't like, look, I've created a whole YouTube channel and a business for myself that not a lot of people are doing. Do you think I had to take into consideration people's opinions around me to do that? No. So again, when are you going to be your authentic self? When are you going to start betting on yourself? When are you going to stop letting people dictate your life for you? When are you going to stop reacting to everything around you and say, fuck that, this is my life. You're not going to tell me what to do. You cannot show up that way. You cannot disrespect me. I'm not going to be sitting here waiting for your text message. I'm not going to be sitting here waiting for you to pick me, love me, and honor me. I'm doing that for myself. And I know it looks fucking good. And when you want to catch up and when you want to be here with me, come around, baby. Until then, I got plenty of options. That is true embodiment. And if you're actually operating that way, there's nothing to wait for. Okay. Now, can you fix the relationships with a specific person by operating that way? Yes. I'm going to tell you, that's a lot more attractive than sitting here obsessing over them. Okay. You don't have to be a dick and a player and become heartless, but don't wait. Okay. All right. I think I've made my point in terms of there's nothing to wait for. Now, as I said at the beginning, there's a lot of changes going on in my life. I'm going to be moving overseas. I'm excited to share that all with you guys. And also I closed one-on-one coaching. People have been asking me a lot of questions, so I'm just going to say this here. Okay. I don't know when I'm going to open up one-on-one coaching because I think the workshops are just a much more efficient way to get the teachings out. All you need to know is how to apply it. Okay. What do you need to do to create the change within yourself in terms of stabilizing in your nervous system and adopting new beliefs and creating new routines that feel good to you? Okay. So one-on-one sessions are really fun because I do love talking to you individually, but the workshops are just a much more efficient way to help more people, and I can price it way lower so more people have access to it. In my workshops, it's pretty much everything that's on my channel, but organized in one place for you with steps on how to apply it. Okay, so I just did a mindset mastery workshop this past month, which I've been getting a lot of positive feedback on that. I went over the importance of nervous system regulation. I gave you guys some tools to regulate your nervous system on your own, some suggestions, and also some professional tools in terms of therapy if you need additional help for mind-body therapy to help your nervous system. We went over belief systems. I went over love, career, health, social life, investments, and money. Okay, so I went over 6 different areas of people's lives, how to design a belief system, how to create your own nightly recording, and then also how to create a new routine during the day that feels good to you, that is sustainable and addresses your intrusive or contradicting thoughts. Okay, it was a very in-depth workshop. It took me oh my God, we were on live stream for 5 or 6 hours. Okay. So I put that as a resale on my site. If you don't want to go through 200 videos on my channel and you just want direct information for how to apply all this stuff, that is there on my website for you. I'm doing 2 more workshops in March. Okay. If you guys want to join those, one is for creating an online business. Another is for creating love. But love mastery. Okay. In terms of one-on-one coaching, to me, I don't want people to have to spend more money than they need to spend. And I would rather be able to impact more people. Okay. So the workshops, all the information is already on my channel. There's nothing new underneath the sun. I'm just organizing it for you in one place. So if you guys want to be a part of that, you're more than welcome to join. As for one-on-one coaching, I don't have an answer as to when I'm going to be opening that back up because I deliberately closed that to free up my time to create more content for you guys. Okay. Don't wait for shit. Okay. Stop reacting to life, start creating it, and be fearless. Okay. Do not do anything that is not actually aligned with you, that is not actually making you happy. There are so many ways to be successful in your life, in a relationship, in a career, whatever it may be. Okay. Same thing with health. Okay. There's so many ways for you to organize yourself in your own unique manner that feels good to you, that you can sustain. So stop allowing other people to direct your life because they think they know what's good for you. You do know what's good for you. You're just afraid to actually do it. And stop being afraid. Stop letting people dictate your life for you. And then at the end of the day, and if you do that, do not have the audacity to sit back at the end of the day and say, wow, I really dislike my life. Well, you should stop letting people make the choices in your life for you. Because at the end of the day, you have to live with your decisions. So make sure you're making confident decisions that are grounded in yourself. And if you need to figure yourself out, that is why building your beliefs up is so important. Because if you don't know who you are, you need to start integrating those beliefs. The really beautiful thing about belief work, you guys, is your beliefs are creating your thoughts, feelings, and behaviors. So once you get the beliefs in alignment, I know what I actually love. I know who I am in this world. I know what makes me happy. You're going to naturally materialize the thoughts, feelings, and behaviors that bring that into your awareness. Don't rush into stuff, you guys. Take your time. Your decisions are really, really important. Okay. You want to make sure that you're making, well, like if you are feeling like, I don't know, or you're saying, I'm not sure, I don't know how to handle this, you need to take a step back and integrate beliefs. Because at the end of the day, you need to be confident with what you're doing, with what you're deciding, with how you're organizing yourself. And if you're not confident right now, there's a lot of tools to get you there. But don't make decisions that you're going to regret later because you weren't fully clear within yourself and you were listening to everybody around you. Okay. Take that time to be authentic with yourself. And if people don't like it, they can get the fuck over it because this is your life. Okay. All right. I love you all so much. I'll see you later. Have a beautiful night. Thank you for being here. Thank you for all the thumbs up. Be fearless. Be a baddie. Don't let anybody stop you. You're hot as fuck. You can be, do, and have anything. And have a good night. Bye.